You're going to spend more time with coworkers than you do loved ones. And that can either be terrifying or it can be very exciting. So that's why I think choosing the right career is a big contributing factor towards your happiness or your misery. And so today I want to share a career that I recently learned more about and I think is a great opportunity for a lot of people. I spent a lot of time in the wilderness, but this came after a lot of trial and error, years of working jobs that I hated, and I just didn't know what was out there, didn't know the opportunities. While working on this project, I saw some of the most beautiful landscapes that I've ever seen. And it really opened my eyes.
It's wild when you drive and start going up mountains, and it goes from desert to really dense forest. A little better.
So hopefully I saved somebody years of frustration and disappointment by letting them know about a career that has been right in front of us the entire time. Last year I worked with the state of Oregon on a video to help recruitment for new surveyors. And I thought, okay, there's a lot of alignment here, and I really like working with these people. Fast forward, the state of Washington and Idaho all wanted to do the same thing, and I was like, well, hold on. I think there's a bigger opportunity here to let people know about the potential for a career in this profession. And so they are technically the sponsors, but they're a client of mine. So we worked on a new brand to raise awareness for candidates that are looking for a career or people looking to switch careers into land surveying. So I'm going to break down my 4 top reasons why I think this is a great career for people like me, maybe you, or someone you know. Number 1, work-life balance. Every person I met, they all loved what they did. There was this flexibility of like going outside whenever I wanted to meet up with them.
Specifically at parks, it's great because we're usually in a park, which is just makes it a lot more enjoyable.
Got some big fish jumping down by the river, and I compare that to more of a desk job that I was working before, and just every day I'm glad I made the switch to surveying.
They work in the field, work in the office, and they were just genuinely happy and liked who they worked with.
Ooh, it's got a little squeak to it.
So that was a big sell right out the gate. Number 2, adventure. If you're a land surveyor, some of what you have to do is create boundaries and surveys for different places. And so you go out into nature at times. Sure, you'll be in the city and some construction sites or whatever, but you might be on a cliff. You might be dealing with 100-year-old maps and things and have to try to retrace everything.
And this is where they had the edge of the beach, edge of the tide in 1879.
And it's like you're constantly putting together a puzzle. And I thought that was really cool.
It's kind of cool.
So that was a big sell for me. It was just the adventure side.
This is a monument. This is something that, is put like a National Forest Service deal. But these are the types of things that surveyors do. So we're just out here, National Forest, middle of nowhere.
They're constantly solving puzzles and doing all these things that not many careers have, almost none. So the adventure side of land surveying was very fascinating to me. Number 3, technology. I love working with tech. I have cameras, the newest software, all the updates. It's constantly changing. I love that. And so surveyors will use emerging technology like LiDAR, and they're flying drones. They're talking to the satellites. They're getting all of this data and they're taking it into crazy software where they're creating all these 3D maps with all these points that they just collected.
I could be surveying with LiDAR for a landslide one day on our highway network, and the next day you're using LiDAR to extract power lines for a power company.
Yep.
So there's a lot of variety even within the remote sensing different sectors that each of us do.
It really is insane. If you like working with emerging technology, surveying's not gonna slow down anytime. So it's similar to like photography and videography, things like that, as far as technology and software. So that was something that I thought was really cool. Number 4, this was a big one for me, entrepreneurship. There's an opportunity to not just be a surveyor, have a good career, you can also start your own business. So you're not capped, whereas like, sure, if you want the stability, if you want that long career, you can do that. But if you want to do a little bit more, push yourself, go to the next challenge, you can start your own business. And so I thought that was really cool. There's just so many ways you can have a career in surveying. And so I think it's good for a lot of people, a lot more than you'd think. And so I think it's worth considering. Now, what are the next steps? So we created a brand for all this information. It's Northwest Surveyor. And if you go to nwsurveyor.com, there's a lot of information, a lot of videos, and you can fill out a form where someone will help direct you, guide you into the right direction. Now, the next question I get is degrees, certifications, things like that. Now, every state is different, and I work specifically with the Northwest, kind of like the Pacific Northwest, and it's Idaho, Washington, and Oregon. Now, Idaho does require a degree, but Oregon and Washington do not, though it is encouraged. So if you have a degree in something like geomatics, you'll definitely have an upper leg. But if you don't, you can still get started. Work experience does count towards a certification. It just takes you a little longer. And I talked to Antonio, who was working in a mill, and now he's a land surveyor.
About a year ago, I was working in a mill before this. I had my GED. Didn't really think I was going anywhere. Never knew what surveying was. Not a lot of people know what it is. It's not dead end. You can keep working up. There's a lot of possibilities in surveying on which kind of route you want to go.
There's a whole kind of older generation that's moving into retirement now, and not enough young surveyors to backfill them. So a lot of firms are eager to hire new folks.
So you can get started. Just go to nwsurveyor.com, fill out the form, and then you'll get directed in the right direction and hopefully find a career that's fulfilling. I definitely think land surveying is a career that I could have been very happy in. And if I wasn't doing what I'm doing now, I would seriously consider switching to it. It's a great option, great people. So check them out. Go to nwsurveyor.com and catch you on the next one.